Hey guys, so let's learn how to add Firebase to your project. So basically what we'll be doing is we'll be just be going through the demo or the explanation that they have on their website, but maybe visualizing it will help explain it a bit more. So first let's just create a new project. So start a new Android Studio project. We can call it Firebase Demo. Okay, and we can save it wherever we want. That's good. Just keep all these empty activity works and finish. So now while the project is being made in the background, let's quickly go here. Let's read this a bit. So Prereqs, a device running Android 2.3 or higher, should be good there. Google repository, we'll double check that in a couple minutes. And Android Studio 1.5 or higher, I hope by now you're at least on 2.1, if not 2.2, so you should be good there. Okay, so one of the first things you actually have to do is go to the Firebase console and create a new project. So, we just made a project in Android Studio, but you need a corresponding project in the Firebase console. So let's just go over there. And while that's loading, let's check in here. Okay, so our project has been made here. It's currently building the Gradle, so we'll let it finish that up. Okay, here, we're at the Firebase console. You'll just click on Create New Project. And okay, we can name it whatever we want, so let's just call it like demo. How about that? Create project. And what's actually nice is that while you're creating the project, it will walk you through like basically the same steps you'll be seeing on this website. So it's very nicely done. Okay, so it says welcome to Firebase. Let's get started. So obviously we want to add a Firebase to your Android app. So we'll click there. Okay, so the first thing it wants is some app details, specifically the package name. So the package name, okay, it looks like the project finished. So let's go over here, and this is actually the package. So at the top of some of the classes, it just says, the package there. You can also find the package in the Gradle file. So you have application ID, in this case, com demo mdb firebase. It's not always the package name, but if you just create a project, it will be. But we can just copy it from anywhere. So this is the package. So package name goes there, and we'll add it. Okay, so the next thing it wants is it's going to download something called Google Services JSON. It's a JSON object, and it wants us to drag it into the like basically your project, and this will contain some of the details that it needs to know that kind of associate it with the web. So we'll just find this in downloads, so show in Finder, and just copy it. And it says right here, put it into the module root directory, Android app module root directory. So first it actually says switch to the project view. So if you remember the project view, actually let's make this full screen. So okay, there we go. So the project view is you can change it by clicking on these arrows here, clicking on project. It's just like it displays the data differently, but basically it says in the app folder, just paste it right there. So we copied it from downloads. We'll just open the app, click there and do Control V, and okay, there you go. And now you can kind of see what was in it. It's kind of just some information that the app kind of needs to know to connect to the backend. So we've done that. Let's continue. Okay, so now there's a few more things we have to do. So first we have to add a couple things to two different Gradle files. The first one says add this specific class path to the project level build.gradle. And just to kind of simplify, they're showing that this one will be directly in the project build.gradle. So you see there's two build.gradles here, build.gradle. This one is directly within this app. This one's kind of a whole project. So like this one kind of belongs to the whole project. And it says paste this in the project level build.gradle. So we'll just paste that right where they want it, right here. And we'll sync it later. And then this one will go in the app level build.gradle. And this one we put in the dependencies. This one just put it at the very bottom of the file. So we're in the app level build.gradle. Go to the bottom and just paste this. And now we can sync. So while that's syncing, we can click finish here. And There we go. So now at least this part is set up. And if you walk through, these steps, it's basically walking you through the exact same thing we just did. So yeah, so all that's set up. So now what's interesting is that you may have some experience with how Gradle works, and you'll know that you kind of can add external libraries into your project. So the thing is that Firebase has a lot of libraries, so adding Firebase as a whole would take up, would be a little bit too much. So they kind of split it up into different parts. So there's like database storage, authentication, messaging, and you just kind of take what part you need. So let's say you want to take like authentication. You'd copy this part, and you could like say just paste it there. I have to say compile in these quotes. Yep. So now we've done that. But now when you sync this, so you could basically paste any one of these there. In this case, we just chose authentication. You may get an issue saying that you need to have, it could not find something. That issue is because you need to have the latest Google repository in the Sdk Manager. If you remember, that was also one of the requirements up here. And the way you can check that actually is just by, well, when this finishes indexing, go up to one of these buttons is Sdk Manager. Click on that. We'll go to Sdk Tools. And if you scroll down in the support library, there should be one for Google repository. So I actually have it downloaded already, so it did not complain. However, if you do not have that installed or like downloaded, it will not be able to build it when you're adding this Firebase library. So again, just a quick recap. We created an Android Studio project, and then we created a corresponding Firebase project, and we basically went through these steps where we we downloaded the JSON file and added it. We added this class path and this other plugin to the two different Gradle files, and then we made sure that the latest Google repository was installed, so that when we continue on learning more about Firebase, we can just add these to our Gradle, and then we'll have the required libraries for that part. So I hope that was useful, and if you have any questions, please ask. Thanks.